Hey y'all, how have y'all been? I've been great. So in today's video, I am going to be tackling the rest of my summer TBR. I have about 4 books left on my TBR and I really want to finish them. They're books that are on my physical TBR that I need to read. And they're kind of summer themed. So I really want to finish those. I'm really excited to get to my fall TBR. Like, I've been thinking in my mind of ideas for it, and honestly my fall TBR is going to eat, and it should be longer than my summer TBR. But I'm currently reading Natasha Bishop's Only for the Week. It took me so long to pick up this book and I'm really enjoying it. What did I just finish reading? I just finished reading S.A. Cosby's King of Ashes. That was really good. I think I rated that like 3.5 stars out of 5. I really don't think I was in the mood for a mystery, but I read it because I'm in Shelby's book club and I wanted to finish it and watch the recap video of that. So I did, but I probably should have read it during the fall. That should have been on my fall TBR. But I'm currently reading this. It's really cute. What page am I on? I'm on page 128, so almost to that halfway point. I have this on audiobook with my Hoopla account, and so I'm actually about to go to the gym in a few and probably listen to that on audiobook and try and read while I'm on the Stairmaster. I've been trying to do the Stairmaster because I need the glutes to be lifted, and I'm hoping the Stairmaster will take care of that before next summer because I'm gonna be ready finally. And then the other 3 books that are on my summer TBR is Christina Forrest's The Love Lyric. I really had to hype myself up and I think I'm ready for this. I'm not into the whole pop star music romance plot. I think it's cringy. I think it's giving what I used to do as a preteen, as a teen on Wattpad. Reading those stories, those fan fiction stories. That's what this is giving. But I've heard good things about this book. And I think the main character, Iris, I think she's a single mom. So, and I haven't read many books that feature a single mom. So I'm interested to see what this will be. So this will most likely be my next read. And then these next 2 books are actually 2 like older books. This first one, let me see when it came out. These came out a while ago. Yeah, I'm sorry. I done worked a full day. I'm a 8 to 5er. I worked that shift today and I'm trying to, do my hobby and work out. This book came out in 1999. This right here is Eric Jerome Dickey, Cheaters. This is actually like my 2nd or 3rd Eric Jerome Dickey book. I'm trying to play catch up, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm late to the reading game, and so this is something that's been on my physical TBR. And can we just talk about this cover? I love his covers. I love his OG covers. So this is a book that I'll be reading. Eric Jerome Dickey, this is him on the back. He makes some really messy, or he wrote some really like messy books. This is gonna be a messy fun book. And then my next book, let me see what year this was published, because I actually don't know. This was published in 1992, and this is Waiting to Excel by Terry McMillan. Like I said before, I'm playing catch up, so this is a catch up book, and I actually have, I don't think you can see it, but I actually have her other books there as well. I kind of have like a Terry McMillan collection, OG Eric Jerome Dickey books. Who else? I try and collect Toni Morrison's books as well. It's eventually my goal one day to be able to do like a full month reading of Toni Morrison. I don't think that's possible just because Toni Morrison's books take so much out of readers, just because there's so much depth to her books and there's so much imagery and meanings that we should be picking up on the book that if you read them too fast you may miss. But yeah, that's like a goal of mine. But for these books, I'm actually trying to come up with a new video idea just centered around highlighting OG books published by some of our best Black authors in the 90s, early 2000s. And so this actually may bleed into a different video just because I have so many that I really want to read and get to. But then I also have so many new books that I bought recently that I'm just like dying to read. But what time? Because like I said, I work at 8 to 5 and it's like, what time do I have to read? And I also, I like to go to sleep and get plenty of sleep to work my job. And so we're just trying to balance it. And I also need to have a social life on the weekend. So I just can't be at home huddled up on the couch reading, which is what I really want to do. But people won't let me live the way I want to live. But I decided that I would take y'all through this next week or so, week or 2 weeks, tackling the rest of my summer TBR. So I'll check back in. And hopefully I'll finish all of these books. If not, at most I want to finish this book and then finish this book at least to close out my summer TBR. And then maybe Terry McMillan and Eric Jerome Dickey's books be a part of like a popular 90s books by Black authors. Maybe do something like that as well. But I hope y'all are having a really good week. Today's Monday, so this is the first day of the work week. And we try to stay optimistic. We gotta get to Friday, so we can't be getting to Friday on bad vibes. We need good vibes. So yeah, I'll check back in later. Oh my God, this girl is crazy. This girl is crazy. I mean, if you marry your sister's ex-boyfriend, obviously, red flag, obviously. All right, y'all, I'm back from the gym. I'm still out of breath. Went to the gym, worked out, did weights, did the Stairmaster, did the treadmill, and then I walked up the stairs after my workout. I didn't take the elevator at all today. But while I was working out, I was listening to this on audiobook, and then I was also listening to my friend's playlist. She made a playlist for Chris Brown's concert, Breeze Bowl. So I've been preparing for that as well. And sometimes you need to like listen to music as you crank up the speed and the incline on the treadmill. I can't listen to an audiobook. During those times, it's music straight. But I paused my audiobook because it got to this part. One of Janelle's friends, she was talking with her, and she was like, well, the man is 6'9", so it's a little hard to see the red flags all the way up there, you know? And I felt that. As someone who is 4'10", it's even harder to see all the red flags up there. So sis, I felt that. And I wanted to share that just for any of my girls who love men over 6 feet. You gotta use your magnifying glass. You gotta use your binoculars. Search for those red flags. Pick them out early and then avoid them. So yeah, I'm on page 150 of Only for the Week. Basically chapter 10. So I'm gonna keep listening to the audiobook and see how much more I can get in before I go to bed tonight. It's already 9. Let me know, are y'all morning workout people or evening workout people? Because this is the latest workout I've probably ever done. Usually I try and get up early before I go to work and work out, but I ain't even getting out the bed. And part of it is that phone. If I could just delete TikTok again, because I recently re-downloaded it. If I could just delete that, I could probably go to the gym. But I don't want to delete it. I've gone like 6 months without it. So this is my time to be back on it. Probably will delete it once the fall comes. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's all the reading I'm gonna do for tonight. Just listen to the audiobook, try and get a couple more pages in this. I really want to finish this soon because I'm ready to tackle Christina Forrest's new book. I'm like ready for it. And I better take advantage of it now because I'm shocked that one, I want to read it, and two, that I'm going through this so quick. I started it a couple days ago, and that's fast for me. I average like a book a week. I wish I could average like 2 books a week, but I haven't been able to reach that yet. So I think audiobooks are the key for that. But I love my paintings or my prints that I have right here. Let me know what that first scene is on the top and then the bottom scene. Let me know what TV sitcom both of those are for. They're Black sitcoms, and they raise me, especially the first one. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna quit talking. I gotta go shower, put my hair in a pineapple, put my bonnet on, and hit the sheets. Hope y'all have a good night. Okay, so checking in. It's Tuesday night. All I did today was work. I didn't do any reading during my job. And so since I've been home, I read for maybe an hour. Still reading Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. And I'm almost to the epilogue. Oh, that's how you say that. And I guess she added on an additional epilogue. And so I'm gonna read those and try and finish this tonight. I'm actually listening to it on audiobook just because the narrator for the audiobook is funny. She does the perfect voice for Cortez and Christian. I love them on the audiobook. In the book, when I'm reading it with my brain, I'm like, oh my God, they could have been left out. And so yeah, I have about 40 minutes left on the audiobook for that. And honestly, I've been thinking I'm at a really good part where Janelle is kind of like reflecting on like the past week, 2 weeks of being in Tulum. And like Rome is a really good example. This is the male main character. Rome is a really good example of a man coming into your life and identifying those areas of your life that you neglect, and he makes it his mission to fill those areas. So fill up your cup in those areas so that you're not running around like a crazy woman, running on empty, trying to fulfill other people's needs. And so I really like Rome as a male main character, and then I'm glad Janelle has Rome in the book to just like highlight those areas to her, like areas she needs to work on and to set clear boundaries with her family. So really like Rome. I'm trying to think of another romance book that I've read recently where I like picked that up for the male main character. I would say Kennedy Ryan's book with Hendrix and Maverick. He did a really good job of that. And maybe even, what was his name? I think his name is Mav, and Daniel Allen's newest book. So I like for my romances to be like that, where we learn something from them. So honestly, in this book, I could do without all of the spicy scenes. I'm not really into that. And so in this book, I've actually been just skipping those pages just because I don't think they really add to the story. For my books, when I read, I really like to just read for fun, read for education, read for self-reflection, not so much those spicy scenes. I think, not saying Natasha Bishop has done this, but I think a lot of authors can really just overdo it or like really depend on those scenes to push their book. And to push people to want to read their book. And I ain't that gullible. I need some content. I need some depth. And so this has some depth, but definitely it's not like my bell hook book that I just read. It's not like, honestly, Kennedy Ryan's books have a lot of depth, surprisingly. The second book, Soledad Story, I really need to reread that. I really need to run that back because I didn't take enough from it. But I'm planning on trying to finish this tonight. Hopefully I don't fall asleep. Hopefully y'all have had a great day as well. I'm always gonna tell y'all that. I want y'all to have good days just because life is hard. The world is a little crazy. So I want y'all to make the most of each day that we are alive and breathing and in good health. And so I wish that for myself, and I wish that for y'all. Just checking in. Hopefully I'll have more content to film on the coming days. But I'm really excited to finish this book and then get started on Christina Forrest's book. I'm super excited for my fall TBR. Like, I'm really excited to put that together. So, okay, that's all I have. Why she always got to be the one to be the bigger person? I'm sick of her sister. I'm sick of her sister. Wow, it's either lose you or lose me. A lot of us need to come with that energy in a lot of these relationships. Family, friends, romantic. We can't be losing ourselves out here. right, y'all, I'm back. Ignore my appearance. I'm fresh out the shower. My hair was a mess today, so I had to redo it. I hate when I do my hair too early into, like, I did my hair last week on Friday, and so it air dry while I was at work on Friday. No, I have to stick to doing my hair Saturday night, diffusing Sunday, so they can last all week because it looked crazy. That's why it's been in the bun the last 2 days. But I wanted to check in and let y'all know that I finished Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. I ended up rating it 3 out of 5 stars. Really, it was a really cute romance. I describe all my romances like that as cute or fluffy. But it didn't really hit the way I was hoping it would hit. Like, I was hoping it would hit like Kennedy Ryan's second book, This Could Be Us, Soledad Story. I was hoping it would hit like that. It didn't, which I should have known. It's pretty short. But I'm realizing that I am out of my spice like era. I didn't really care for the spice. I think for me personally, the spice takes away from the story. And I didn't like this specifically for me. This is just for me. Not saying this is a bad book, but to jump right into the spice, because I don't do that in my real life. But I didn't really enjoy it. I'm more of a slow burn girl. Chase. I love the chase. I love the flirting. I love the banter leading up to the spice. Like, let's build some momentum. And so, yeah. But I also liked Rome's character in this book just because he was so supportive of Janelle, and he was really Janelle's rock throughout her week while she was there. And I really enjoyed Janelle's character and how she evolved throughout the story and stood up for herself, created boundaries for herself. But I wish Rome could have evolved. And I think it's just because Rome didn't evolve because Janelle wasn't as emotionally invested into him. She leaned on him and she depended on him, but she didn't pour into him. And I think this is a really good example of Rome pouring into Janelle, but Janelle not. And so Rome's character couldn't evolve because, you know, he was just there to be her support, which was the premise of the book. But nonetheless, I enjoyed it. It was a good summer romance. So in the future, if you haven't read this, this would be a good book to like bring on a trip, just because it's so short and you can kind of pick it up. You don't need to be completely involved and sat down for it. But the next book that I picked up is The Love Lyric. This will be my last and final romance of the summer, and I'm so excited. I'm already taking books off of my shelf and here in my shelf in my bedroom to create my fall TBR, which I'm so excited about. Oh my God, I cannot wait to go out onto my balcony after I get off work and it be a cool breeze and I can read outside with like a blanket. I can't wait for that. That's what I'm looking forward to. Right now when I go outside, I like sweat. And so like right now I can't go outside because I just showered and I don't want to be sweaty in my bed. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Let me know what you're looking forward to and what books you're looking forward to picking up for the fall. But for the rest of the evening, I'm going to be reading The Love Lyric by Christina Forrest. And hopefully this will give me the slow burn. I think it will, just because Iris's character, she's a widow, she's a single mom. Hopefully it'll be like the same vibe as Soledad, because you know Soledad, she ended up getting divorced. She was just on her single mom. So hopefully this will be the same thing, but really looking forward to diving into this, and then I'll check back in later. Hopefully I get pretty far. And shout out to my library for having the audiobook, because I'm gonna need it. Hi guys, checking in. Today is Saturday, I believe it's like August 9th. I just got home this morning. I worked out. I went and got my nails done. Then I went over to Barnes for a second just to look around. I was looking for Blood Slaves. That's a new release that came out on June 29th. I was looking for that book. I've been in like 2 or 3 and couldn't find it, but finally found it today. So super excited. That's probably a book that I'll be adding to my fall TBR. Currently, I am finishing up my last read for my summer TBR. It's The Love Lyric by Christina Forrest. I'm on chapter 10, and I honestly got a headache. And so my plan for the rest of the day is to continue reading this. It's my goal to finish it because like I'm ready to start my fall reads. So it's my goal to finish it this weekend and then hopefully be able to film a fall TBR video and get that posted, and then maybe start editing on this one as well. I don't know which one I'll do first. It depends on who has the footage and the easiest to edit, because I am tired. I'm exhausted. Like I'm probably gonna fall asleep if I'm being honest. I may read a couple pages of this, but the AC is hitting right now. And my house is clean, or my apartment is clean, and all I want to do is just go to sleep. But I hope y'all are having a great weekend. And let me know what you're currently reading below. I'm looking for new book recommendations to add to my TB read list, my virtual list, not my physical TBR. I need to chill out on my physical TBR. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, checking back in, I am finished with The Love Lyric by Christina Forrest. This is the 3rd book in her Green Sisters series, and I rated this 3 stars out of 5, partially because I realized that I am getting into, or if I was to continue reading romance books, I would probably put myself into a reading slump. And then, because I'm just not in the mood for them anymore. I'm burnt out. And I never thought I would say that because I'm a big lover girl. But I'm definitely ready to get into my horror, mystery, spooky, magical. Yeah, I'm ready for that. Fantasy. So rated this 3 out of 5 stars. I think out of all 3 books, I can't decide if the partner plot, I think the partner plot was my favorite. I really liked Violet's story. But then I also need to go back and reread The Neighbor Favorite, just because I read that earlier in my reading, I don't want to say reading career, but like my reading journey. I feel like we all had this phase where like we either we've been reading from like childhood until now, or we read up until high school and maybe took a break, or read up until college and maybe took a break and then rediscovered reading. And so since I rediscovered my love for reading, that was like one of the earlier books that I picked up. And so I think I got a brand new brain, brand new eyes. I need to go back and reread that. Kennedy Ryan's first book in the Skyland series, I need to read that. 7 Days in June, like those books I need to go back and reread, just because I got new taste, and I need to see if that's still my taste. But yeah, Iris as a character, I could relate to parts of her of just being like an over planner and an overthinker and like needing to be in control. But those are parts of myself that I don't really like that control aspect. I don't really like that about myself. And so I saw that in her and I kind of cringed at those moments. And then, I forgot his name. Angel as a character, I felt sympathy for him, just like with his relationship with his parents and how his parents allowed their religion to get in the way of them like loving and supporting their son, specifically his mom. I think that's common within families where they uphold their religion higher than their relationships with their children. And I don't think that's what God calls us to do. I think God calls us to love everyone, even when we don't agree with them. He calls us to love rather than to judge. And so I think that's something that the mom could take, especially when she is benefiting from him. He was paying all the bills, furnished the house, the brand new appliances. I said, oh, Oh my God. Angel is better than me. He is a true angel, because if my mama was gonna talk to me like that, talk crazy to me like that, and I put a brand new microwave in that house, no, absolutely not. I'm ripping it out the wall. I'm ripping it, and you're never getting one again. But yeah, those are my thoughts about the book. I'm so ready to get into this fall TBR. Like, I don't even know where I'm gonna start. But that is a good thing, or the great thing about creating a TBR, a seasonal TBR, not a monthly TBR, because it's a lot of stress. I work a job, and I can't finish like 8 or so books in a month. I could maybe, if I deleted all my distractions, but we need balance in life. Life is about balance. And so we're going to create a seasonal TBR and work through these books throughout the season. And I'm going to be starting early just because I can. Shoot me. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video though. I've officially finished my summer TBR. There were just 2 books that I did not read, but I think I'm going to save those books for a different time video. And those 2 books were the Terry McMillan, Waiting to Excel, and then the Eric Jerome Dickey. I believe that book was titled Cheaters. I want to save that video for a later video idea that I have. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know what books were your favorite on your summer TBR, what books you still have left to read on your summer TBR. Until next time, stay blessed, y'all.